If you're using social media for your business, here are a few updates that you should know. First, TikTok is going to be testing posts and comments, which could open up new ways for creators and brands to increase engagement and get audience feedback directly under post. Next, there is a growing discussions around restrictions for users under 16 years old, with the UK implementing to introduce a ban next year. Australia has already implemented similar rules, and countries like Canada and Spain are considering similar approaches. This continues to show how a social media regulation around younger users is becoming a bigger global focus. Instagram is also introducing a new feature called Series, which allows creators to group related reels together into a structured format, similar to playlist. And finally, on Instagram Reels, you can see what your friends are liking. This can be a useful way to understand what is trending within your own community and find inspiration for new content ideas. And while these platform updates are interesting, the biggest shift right now is how people are actually using AI within their social media workflows. Stay tuned, we'll get into that next. AI is an incredible tool, but it should not be doing all the thinking for you. The biggest mistake people are making with AI right now is treating it like a replacement instead of a support tool. Yes, it can definitely speed things up and make workflows more efficient, and it's great for things like brainstorming ideas, organizing information, and helping with briefs or planning content. But it should not replace your own thinking and your research, because AI can only work with the information and the direction that you give it. And if you're not guiding it properly, the output is only going to be as strong as what you put in. It's also important to review everything it produces. AI can repeat itself, miss nuance, or give responses that sounds right but aren't actually aligned with your brand or message. So the goal is not to remove humans from the process. The goal is to use AI to support the process, because AI should make your work better and faster, not take over the thinking behind it. Stay tuned, because we'll talk about what happens when content loses the human touch next. People can tell when content relies too heavily on AI. The more you use social media, the easier it becomes to recognize when something feels overly automated or repetitive. A lot of AI-generated content starts to sound the same. Same structure, same phrasing, same ideas being repeated across different accounts. And when that happens, it loses originality. It also loses personality, which is what actually makes content feel human and relatable. Even if AI helps create the base of your content, it still needs editing, direction, and a human perspective. Because people don't just engage in information, they engage with tone, personality, and perspective. And when content feels too generic, people often scroll past it. And not because the AI is bad, but because it removes the small details that make the content feel real. At the end of the day, people connect with people, not perfectly polished or overly automated content. Follow along for more strategies like this every week so you can build content that actually feels human and intentional.